All right, let's go and feed the chicks. This is the herbs that we dried. I can smell it as I open up the container. There was mint and oregano and parsley. I give them a scoop. Can't do this one-handed. I give them ideally 3 scoops of this in the winter time, but now that they're getting garden scraps and kitchen scraps, they get at least 1 of these a day. I just came in from feeding the chickens, and I was going to film cutting some of the basil, but my hands were full with the camera and scissors and all of that. So I did check the basil plant, and we have enough, a good handful of basil. This is just cooking basil, sweet basil. I did buy seeds for some holy basil, but I didn't get that planted. So we're just gonna make some tea with that because it's really hot outside and there's not much that we can do out there. So let's do a little bit of tutorial cooking here. I'm gonna go over in my electric teapot and see if I have some water in that. This is just my smallest saucepan that I have. I'll just put the basil in there. There is some mint too. I didn't have a lot, but I did stick some mint in there. I don't have to measure anything because this is going to actually make a gallon, but you know, at least 2 cups. And I just make sure that everything is covered in water, because if it sticks out a little bit, it tends to burn the leaves. All right, put that on and heat up the water. I let it go. That's the wrong burner. Huh? I let it go. There we go. I let it go and simmer for at minimum 5 minutes, but you know, you can do longer. And we'll come back and I'll show you what I do after that. All right, looks like the water's gotten up to a simmer, so I'm gonna turn that off. I'll leave it on the burner, but I want to show you what happens to, can you tell how some of the leaves that got up above the water are darker? It's okay, it doesn't affect any taste or anything like that. But so I just leave it on the burner while it's off and just cool. And it doesn't have to be cold, but it can still be kind of warm, but I don't want it boiling when I put it in my container. So we'll come back when that's cooled off some. This is cooled off enough now, and I'm gonna use this sieve and strain that into my container. I don't normally sweeten it, but it's really hot out, so we'll make a sweet tea this week. I had gotten into the habit, and then I just fill the rest of the container with water. I had gotten into the habit years ago, and I was making a fresh herbal tea almost weekly, and I was making one that was really delicious. It was a turmeric tea. I'll have to find if I had written that down or not, and make that one week. But that was fun. And I had seen on Roots and Refuge, she had mentioned that she was using holy basil and making tea, but I don't have that, so I've always been using just sweet basil, and I find it just as delicious. We'll mix it. Let me go get a glass. All right, I got a glass with some ice, and it's so delicious. It's like, if you've never had just basil, it has a minty taste to it naturally because it is in the mint family. It's so refreshing. Go ahead and try it. Hope it's sunny where you are and that we're growing together. I'll see you next time.